Hey, welcome everyone to the review of the Jabra Evolve2 75 headset. Now if you want to see the written version of this review, you can find a link to my website in the video description. This is Jabra's latest headset and supports active noise cancelling, ANC for short, which is great for using in noisy environments. It's available in Canada for $500 or in the US for $400, so this is not a cheap headset. Now jumping over to connectivity, this is where immediately we have tremendous amount of issues. Right off the bat, there are two ways to connect to a device. One is through Bluetooth connection or a USB receiver. Now the USB receiver I'm using in this review is a USB-A fitting because it's only one available in my region, but there is a USB-C option available. And here's where things are very problematic and where I kind of don't really recommend this headset to purchase, which sounds disappointing, but just hear me out. As much as I wanted to like this headset, the problem is this. Using the USB receiver on a computer, phone calls work great. Teams, WebEx, Zoom, all flawless, no problems. The second I switch to another audio source, like trying to listen to Spotify music or YouTube or anything else, it sounds like muffled garbage, very staticky. Of course, then I switch to Bluetooth connection, no USB receiver. Everything sounds perfect. I'll get on a phone call, audio, music, phone calls work perfectly. When I hang up the phone call, when I go into another phone call, I can't hear people, but they can hear me. The fix is to exit the meeting, turn off the headset, turn the headset back on, rejoin the meeting, and then I can hear them. I'm not the only person that has this issue. A lot of people on Reddit forums are complaining about this headset and connectivity issues, whether it be Bluetooth or USB receiver. And of course, I did all the troubleshooting steps, updating all audio drivers, updating Windows fully, updating the firmware on this and the USB receiver. Nothing helps. There's another issue with Bluetooth is that with connecting through my smartphone, it'll randomly disconnect here and there for no apparent reason. Tried it on a second computer with the USB receiver. Again, the USB receiver would hear all audio clearly, works better than the first one, but it would randomly disconnect and lose connectivity here and there. So basically, you're taking a gamble getting this. There's a very high chance the connection won't work for you, and for that reason alone, I would say not get this. Now, going over to this headset, this is the Logitech H800. It's a quarter of the cost. It doesn't have a single connection issue. This performs better at that price tag. The Logitech Evolve2 which I reviewed 2 years ago as my main daily device, battery performance is still flawless. It's superior in every single way possible. This is the one you probably want to get. I have a review and a link to that review in the video description. Definitely worth checking out. The Evolve2 is probably not what you want to get, but this is a review, so let's continue on. Continuing with the rest of the review, the USB receiver is thankfully small, so there's little concern of it getting damaged while it might be connected to a laptop and then placed into a laptop bag. Now the Evolve2 does support dual connectivity. What that basically means is that you can have the USB receiver connected to a computer and then Bluetooth pairing connected to a cell phone. But you can only manage audio from one device at a time, which is completely normal and expected. But again, as I mentioned, I had random disconnect issues with the computer and Bluetooth, so not reliable either way. Headset connectivity advertises a 30-meter range, close to 100 feet. In my testing, I was able to reach 50 feet due to space limitation. However, in that 50 feet, sound quality was rather clear. Thankfully, in most use cases, you'll probably never need to go 50 feet anyway. For accessories, there's a traveler's pouch, which is included in the box, but it's soft, which is rather disappointing for such an expensive headset. A hard case would have been better to protect such an expensive headset. Apart from the USB receiver that comes with the headset, there's a USB-C to USB-A cable for charging, which is 4 feet in length. There's no power adapter included as you're expected to charge the headset through a computer or other means. There's a sold separately charging dock which connects to the pins on the ear cups, which is sold separately. This is a seriously sleek looking headset. When you have the mic arm up, from most angles it just looks like a regular headset. The body felt a little weak in my hands at first, but thankfully those concerns were eliminated quickly as I came to realize that the body is well built. Wearing this headset is quite comfortable. Only after wearing them for 4 hours straight did they start to irritate me just a little, but I just need to adjust them a bit and I was fine. My ears never got too warm or sweaty during lengthy tests. I think the reason they irritate me just a tad bit after a few hours non-stop of use is due to the tight flex on the headband. It presses inwards to the head compared to the Evolve2 for example. The Evolve2 provides almost no irritation even after wearing them for 6 hours straight. At rest, while it's on my neck, the headset sits rather narrow due to the slightly tight inward flex of the headband. However, I can easily turn my head left and right and look down, which is the more important thing to keep in mind. For those with little to no hair, you're in luck, as the top headband has a soft cushioning which provides additional comfort. The leatherette on the ear cuffs is one of the key items to making this headset comfortable to wear. The cushioning has decent thickness as well. The ear cuffs also have decent rotation to accommodate various head structures and ear types. They're able to rotate forward and back as well as up and down. The headset has decent extension reach, so if you have a longer head, the ear cups should rest on your ears nicely. When a call is incoming, the headset will flash. While on a call, the headset is supposed to emit a red light, letting people know not to disturb you, except the busy light doesn't work half the time, whether I'm using it on a computer app through the USB receiver or my cell phone through Bluetooth. Now, there are two versions to purchase of this headset. One is the MS version, one is the UC version. The MS version basically means it's more catered towards Teams usage. What that basically means is that the convenient button on the right side, that if you press it, it brings Teams up to the front of your applications on your Windows computer. Another thing is that it has the LED lights that color code to match your team status. And that's pretty much it. It does nothing else special. It actually makes things very confusing for a consumer. The UC version can do almost everything else identical, except it doesn't have the Teams button to bring it up to the front of your screen, and it doesn't have the color coding to match team status. Honestly, the MS version is almost pointless. It's just more of a marketing gimmick. You don't need it, but it's harmless to get if you do. Simply putting on this headset while powered off already reduces background noise because this is an on-the-ear headset. Turning the headset on turns on ANC. It does a pretty good job of canceling background noise. Probably one of the best on the market for a headset with a boom microphone, actually. ANC performance is the same whether you're connected with Bluetooth or USB receiver. There's no degradation of noise canceling. On the left side, ANC can be turned off from the ANC button on the left ear cup by simply pressing and holding it down. Simply tapping the ANC button will activate hear through, which uses the microphones on the headset to allow sound outside the headset to be easily heard. So basically as if you weren't wearing the headset at all. Just below is the power switch to turn it off and on. Sliding and holding it on the Bluetooth symbol will turn on Bluetooth pairing mode. On the right side, there are two buttons on the back for volume up and down. These are also used for next track and previous track if you hold the buttons down instead. There's a weird issue with the volume control on Windows computers. Tapping the volume up or down slightly will make the volume jump between 2% and 20%. It's completely random. So if volume is too low and I tap volume up, it might randomly get too loud. The middle button between the volume buttons is for play and pause music. I often press the middle button thinking I'm lowering the volume. The placement of the play pause button honestly is rather poor. Pressing the side button will answer or hang up a call, which works perfectly on Teams, Cisco Jabra, Zoom, and GoToMeeting in my testing, which basically again makes the MS version kind of useless. Moving the boom mic up while on a call will mute the mic, or simply pressing the mute button on the boom mic itself will also mute it. While you're not on the call and it's connected to your phone, the same mute button can be used to activate your smartphone assistant, but I'll get back to that later on. It is possible to talk while the boom mic is up. You just need to adjust this feature on the Jabra software, which I'll go over later. In terms of battery performance, I'm happy to say that the charging port is a USB-C fitting. The battery is consumed the fastest while using the microphone, and ANC is active. I average about 14 hours of talk time on a single charge with ANC on, and that also means having the headset on without being used for another 4 hours. It's kind of just sitting to the side. Jabra advertises 18 hours of non-stop talk time with ANC on, so their claim is pretty accurate when it comes to battery usage. It takes me about 2.5 hours to charge the headset. Audio quality is a mixed bag because the connection issue, if there's no connection, what's good is audio quality. But anyway, when it does work, when it comes to listening to phone calls, it sounds fantastic. When it comes to listening to music, mids and highs sound pretty good. Bass is a little low, but honestly, you can adjust it in the Jabra software easily and it fixes it just fine. When it comes to listening to action movies with explosions and whatnot, or if you're playing a video game, it sounds pretty good. The action does sound like it's all around you, so it's pretty solid in that regard. Okay, so what you're hearing right now is direct audio from the headset itself straight to a computer. I'm not using an internet service like Zoom or Teams or anything to record the audio, so this is as clear as it's going to sound. There's no background noise right now, so this is what the microphone will sound at in best conditions. So what I'm doing right now is still sending audio from the headset directly into the computer, but this time I have a lot of background noise around me as if it was in a restaurant, a very noisy restaurant, so it's a very big stress test, if you will. Typically you wouldn't have this in your working environment every day in and out, but I wanted to show you how the microphone tries to cancel ambient background noise while it's trying to pick up your voice. I'm going to switch over to the camera microphone to give you an example of what the comparison is like. Just keep in mind that camera microphones are terrible, but it just kind of gives you an idea of what to expect in terms of performance. And right now we're going to switch to the camera microphone, so you probably hear a lot more background noise than you could on, say, the headset, but gives you an idea what to expect with this headset. You can download firmware updates from Jabra's website, and there's a software called Jabra Direct that allows you to customize features like if the boom mic is up, it'll mute the mic or not. Turn off voice audio cues like when the headset tells you the battery time is remaining. You can turn off all those voice cues if you want to. You can adjust bass settings like I mentioned earlier for mids and highs as well, and other features. There's a Jabra app for cell phones called Jabra Sound Plus, which allows you to control certain functions of the headset while mobile. It's supposed to allow you to press the mute button to activate your voice assistant, but it's never worked on Android devices in my testing. One more thing you can do on the mobile app, but not on the computer app, is the ability to adjust how strong ANC is. Will it cancel a lot of noise that's around you, or let some of it kind of filter through a little bit? It doesn't really work that well. I don't really notice the difference, to be honest. I also find it strange that it's available on the cell phone app and not the computer app. I simply cannot recommend this headset. The price tag is way too high, and the most basic function of a headset is to connect first and provide audio availability after. It can't even connect properly. When it does, it's really faulty. It doesn't matter which device I used, but not only that, other people on the internet have complained about the same thing. So I'm extremely disappointed by Jabra because, again, the Evolve75, which I have reviewed as well, is rock solid. Even after 2 years of continuous use, it still just performs brand new out of the box. Honestly, look somewhere else. Again, the Jabra Evolve75, not the Evolve2, but the Evolve75 might be the better pick for you. It's a little bit cheaper as well. I just don't understand what Jabra was thinking with this headset. Just avoid it altogether. You're better off, to be honest, which is unfortunate because I really wanted to like this headset. So that's pretty much a wrap from me. So you found this video useful, be sure to check out my social links in the video description. Hit the like button, it does help. Subscribe, and thanks for watching.